I'm joined by Kondi Nkosi, who's the country head in South Africa for Schroders. Kondi, welcome to the channel.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for having me on the channel.
Absolute pleasure. Big question I've got to ask you. Schroders obviously being one of the massive international players out there and having entered very successfully into the South African realm some time ago, where others seem to struggle sometimes. Give us, share your sort of secret of success for us, please.
Chris, thanks very much for the question. You're quite right. We are a big global organization. As at the end of December, we had about $970 billion under management across 38 jurisdictions around the world.
Wow.
And we've been doing this since 1804. So quite a big organization and also long in the tooth.
Yes.
Perhaps just to answer the question around what's the secret, I suppose, to the success that we've had. My first response will be, I'm not sure that it's necessarily a secret, firstly. And secondly, I'm not sure that necessarily there's a formula to this. I think it's important for any organization looking to set up presence in South Africa to kind of always keep a thought to the why. Why would you want to do this? And for us, the why has always been to be as close as possible to our clients and therefore to remain as relevant as possible to our clients. So with that as the kind of, I suppose, original thinking behind it, it almost solved the problem for us. There are a number of models, as you've alluded to, Chris, with regards to expanding into the country. But what for us made sense, given that why, is to establish a permanent presence. And we've done so, since 2015. So we had our first employee operating from a South Africa perspective back in 2015, and then the team has grown to the 5 people that exists now. And there's probably a couple of reasons that I can expound on why we believe this is the right model. So as I've said already, it's important to be as close as possible to the clients. But I think secondly, it also points to, I suppose, the signaling element of the fact that you are here for a long period of time, your commitment to the region. And for us, there's nothing more concrete than saying, look, we're going to establish a presence here in South Africa. We'll be as close as possible to our clients and hopefully deliver on the investment returns that they would expect from the asset managers that are providing them this service. I think the other important element also is, now I've spoken about how we're a global organization with 38 jurisdictions. It's very easy as global organizations to have almost a cookie cutter approach towards running businesses across multiple jurisdictions. And we've been very deliberate about not doing that. And so there are certain realities from a South Africa perspective that as a company, we feel we need to be contributing towards, which wouldn't necessarily fit into either the cookie cutter approach or any of these other models. So one of them is a suitcase approach, as I like to call it, where you're flying in someone every month and then they're here for a couple of days and they fly back out. For us, that doesn't really allow you to contribute to these realities that I'm speaking about. So to give you an example, we employ 5 full-time staff. We're established as an external company locally, so we're contributing towards sort of the tax revenue collection from a South Africa perspective. We do quite a lot of procurement from local suppliers. So from our rent to our PR spend to where we host events to where we buy office equipment and so on. This is really around contributing to the local economy. So we understand that we are an offshore organization, but we are operating locally, and so we try to do our best to sort of contribute to that. So when you wrap all of those together, we believe this is probably, for us in any event, the best way to kind of establish and grow our presence here in South Africa.
Thanks, Kondi. Yeah, that was quite interesting. So future plans, talk to me about what you guys foresee going forward.
Yeah, it's a great question, Chris. So, we believe we've still got quite a lot of work to do here in South Africa. As our business grows, and so will our footprint in terms of the employees that we've got here on the ground. And so that's very much top of mind. But we've also got currently some clients in a few of the neighboring jurisdictions. So this has been less on a sort of direct distribution model from our perspective, and it's been more through the relationships that we've got with some of the consultants in the local market that have clients in those jurisdictions as well. But there are quite a lot of investment markets on the African continent, and we're certainly looking to explore the opportunities in some of those. We'll probably do it on a fairly targeted basis. As you can imagine, it's very, very easy to lose focus if you're doing too many things at the same time. So, we have a list of potential target jurisdictions that we would like to expand into, and certainly that is on the cards. But we do have quite a lot of work to do ahead of us here in the South African market, Chris. So that will certainly keep us busy for at least the near future.
100% interesting. Kondi, thank you very much. That was quite insightful, and certainly I think, as I said, it does speak of success. I think you guys have cracked it. So well done on that, and I think we can certainly engage on a few different topics going forward. There's some questions around some of the two-part things that we can talk about, and the impact on asset management, and maybe things on ESG, etc., etc. So there's a lot to talk about, and I'd love to re-engage with you a little bit further on this channel.
Chris, as always, thanks very much for hosting us on the channel, and we're definitely looking forward to future engagements.
Fantastic. Chat to you soon.
All the best.